Hello, my name's Xerophobus here. So today we're going to be reviewing Prime Moments Kluivert. Okay, so Kluivert is a card who I have a soft spot for because I used him quite a lot last year. So I will try my best to remain unbiased in this review. But this card looks fucking insane. Overall, like, there isn't one aspect that you're just like really jumps out. Every stat seems like very good. Like his passing is 81, which is the only one that's kind of like meh, but all the rest are like they're very good. They're decent. So his pace, we expect him to be quick. Now he is 6'2" with 89 pace, so we expect him to be quick. Clinical as well, 93 shooting, 81 passing is good. 85 dribbling for how tall he is very good as well, and 84 physical. But I've used Kluivert, and I can tell you this from experience of last year, he's fucking strong, really strong. Okay, in terms of cheaper alternatives, there isn't many. Like I'd say I would probably go again with his baby and his middle, simply because like they're similar enough in terms of the stats you're looking at. The only one that is close, but he has a 3-star weak foot, is Rebic of Frankfurt, and like his stats are good, but he's a 3-star weak foot. Kluivert has 4. And yeah, so like it's kind of hard to give a cheaper alternative, so I'll just say his baby and his middle for now. Okay, so looking at his stats, overall they seem very good. The only ones that kind of stick out are his crossing. Like, he's a striker, I don't expect him to be crossing that much, but other than that, all of them seem decent. Like, you can look at his strength and aggression; those are fine. His like for 89 strength and 75 aggression for a striker is grand. His stamina is 79, which maybe to a few of you will be on the low side. Other than that though, everything seems decent. So what I done today is I put a engine chemistry stall on just to increase his balance, increase his shooting, and increase his pace. Okay, so this is the team that I used. So Kluivert only played in one position, and that was at striker in a 4-2-3-1. Okay, so just getting into the clips. Kluivert is a fucking monster if you know how to use him effectively, and that's the part I want to stress more than anything, because he is not really the sort of player that suits like a 4-1-2-1-2 very quick play. Now I might be wrong in that sense. I use big sort of strikers as a one man, and if they can play in a one man they should be fine in a two man, but I know a lot of you guys like the small players who are very good on the ball, and Kluivert is good on the ball. He just can be a little bit clunky at times, and that could put people off. But for me, monster, fucking monster. I love him. I wish I could do his SBC again, but I can't because I'm too poor. The only negatives are obviously he's a little bit clunky, and at times, now this is not all the time, but at times his left foot can be a little tiny bit of a letdown. There was one game in particular where I gave him a chance in like the 92nd minute, and on his left foot I would expect him to score, and it just went by the post. Now that could have been scripting, I have no idea, but every other chance I gave him on his right foot he buried, as you can see throughout the clips here. So for me, I love him, I would do him, but just bear in mind that he's a little bit clunky, and sometimes on his left foot is a little bit dodgy, but we'll go through the stats now anyway. Okay, so pace, 9 out of 10. Like, Kluivert is quick, and especially with his movement, he's very good at getting down the line and getting in behind the defense, which I love about him. But he's just not like a 10 quick. I wouldn't give him a 10. Maybe if I gave him a Hunter, he might be a 10. But with the engine chemistry style on, he's a 9 for me. Shooting, 9 out of 10. As I said, this would be a 10 if his left foot was a little bit better. Like, shooting on his right foot, no problems. He scores every time on his right foot. Sometimes on his left foot, though, a little bit dodgy. But, like, it's not like hit and miss. It's just like every now and again. It might be like every 1 in 10 matches. Like, it seems to be in like the 92nd or the 93rd minute when you may get a bullshit goal. Sometimes it didn't go against him, but that was only one scenario that I picked out. Every other time on his left foot he scored. Dribbling, 8 out of 10. As I said before, he can be a little bit clunky and a little bit heavy, so I have to give him an 8. Like, overall, like, his dribbling is good. It's just at certain times he's a little bit heavy and a little bit clunky. Like, I wouldn't give him a 7. I would give him an 8, simply because he is good on the ball. It's just at times he can be a little bit heavy and a little bit clunky, which I know a lot of you guys will probably say will turn you off. Okay, so strength 9 out of 10. He is a fucking monster holding up people. The only players that he struggles against are the icon centre backs and maybe like a team of the season Van Dijk or something like that. The really, really, really overpowered players. But even when he comes up against them, it's not like he always gets dominated. It's kind of hit and miss. So, like, I will take that over anything, especially when a Cardi gets fucked off the ball most of the time by those sort of players. Passing 8.5 out of 10. That was a surprising stat. I wasn't expecting his passing to be as good as it was. Now, it's not a 9, but that being said, he, like last year for me, got so many assists just holding the ball up, getting in behind. Like, there were times, like, if I compare him to Icardi, who's my striker now, right, the difference in passing is fucking immense. Simply because he can hold the ball, send it out wide, hold the ball up, play someone in, and it's always a very good pass to put the player running onto it in a great position. So for that reason, he gets an 8.5, and overall he gets an 8.7 on the weighted average. Now, he is definitely full champs ready, and he is worth it in my opinion, but as I said, just bear in mind that at times he can be a little bit clunky, and his left foot at times can be a little bit dodgy. I would give him a 9 on opinion, but just bear that in mind. For, I think his tradable is 1 million at the moment. I may be wrong on that, and I think his SBC might be a little less. Again, I'm not entirely certain. So I would do him, lads. I loved using this card. I would definitely do him. I wish I could fucking do his SBC if I had the coins, but I don't. But for now, I would highly recommend. So that's going to be the end of this review. I will have Prime Kluivert tomorrow, and then we'll see what the story is with the poll in terms of the next batch. Anyway, lads, cheers for watching.